Hi everyone, I'm back, and so this is now the 3rd of March, 2026, and tomorrow I have a math test, or rather two, because I failed the first one and there's a redo tomorrow. So that is tomorrow. However, the math test is at 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. But if I'm finished with the test earlier, I can go earlier. However, that means probably won't be anything tomorrow, because I have studied the entire day today from I think like 10 a.m. or something until a few hours, 1 or 2 hours ago, and then tomorrow I will study the entire day as well, uh, and hopefully I will pass both tests. That's my hope. However, I think I've done a fair bit of practice. There's still a few things that I'm not quite sure about, that I'm trying to understand and how it works. But let's just hope that doesn't come up in the test, because then I might be fucked. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, besides that, yeah, I'm just, life. I'm trying to think of something that I wanted to talk about, but I can't come up with it now again. Uh yeah, okay. Well, anyway, something completely different. Oh, that was my phone. Sorry about that. I got a message. However, just some random thing that I've thought about, which is I'm just I'm just like really no one. I am someone, and I'm not a person who actually needs like outside validation of who I am, which I'm quite happy about. I'm comfortable with who I am. But it's just fun to share my thoughts, ideas, or whatever else comes to mind with people. I'm not good talking to people, or rather, I'm good talking with people, but not like groups or bigger groups, or like having a presentation or speeches or anything in that direction. That I suck at. I just can't. I don't know why. It's like a mental barrier. Like this is outside my comfort zone. And that's something that I've thought about. I've thought about doing videos in this way for far too long, and just said, oh, this doesn't line up. I don't know how to do this or that and whatever. And then my girlfriend just, she talked about studies and how she's like, oh, I need to do this assignment, but I don't really feel like it. And that she's just decided to say, fuck it, I just have to do it. Like, just do it. Like the Shia LaBeouf meme that's way older. If you don't know about it, look it up. It's quite iconic, but also has a good message, I would say. And she just made me think like, oh, well, I don't need to have the perfect circumstances to even try. Like, that's the biggest hurdle I think most people think about. Like, oh, I need to have this and that, and this needs to be ready for this, for me to do that, and so on. Like these perfect circumstances, that's when you can do something. And I'm like thinking, why? Just try. And then just see what happens. The worst thing that can happen is you fail, and that means you learned something. And it means you tried, which is something most people don't do. They never try. Like this. I just said, you know what? I don't care if it's perfect. Who cares about the camera quality? If my microphone is any good, if my volume is too loud or too quiet, I try to fix it, obviously, a bit, so it's not like I'm screaming into your ears. But then also, like, I'm just doing for the love of it, because I just love sharing, even the small things. It's just a genuine thing. I don't know how to explain it, but that's like my thought process of it. Like, I just said, you know what? I just have to sit down, nothing fancy. A camera and a microphone is all you need. Even you can just use your phone for this and just make a video. Just do that thing that you have always thought of doing, but just said, no, this needs to be done, or this needs to happen for me to be able to do it. Just try. The worst thing that can happen is you fail, but that still means you tried. And if anything, just try again. And a lot of, like, videos, for example, you can think of videos as successful if they get X amount of views or X amount of likes or shares or whatever. But at the same time, you could just think, you sat down, recorded anything, if that's gaming, documentary, or science facts, or just you're doing an autobiography, or I think that's what it's called, or anything really, making music, making a game, making anything. We're just sitting and talk to a camera. That's the part most people never try. They just think there's more to it, but then you can always improve afterwards. Of course, it's like I'm just beginning, starting to do this, so it's like I have still a lot to learn about this entire thing that's YouTube, and I want to learn how to edit, but it's just hard with everything that's I'm giving myself excuses really, but I just physically don't have that much free time currently, because I want to spend time with my girlfriend, my family, my parents, and I need to do my studies, which is more than 8 hours a day, really, which is fucking a lot. It's just, ooh. Then also I need to go to, or I don't need to, but some days I actually have to go to school. I have to prepare for tests, and then I want to have a little bit of free time, and that's hard to manage, to also push in, learn how to edit stuff, and so. But I do really want to learn how to edit and possibly improve the quality I'm putting out. But yeah, that's really my thought behind doing these kinds of videos, because I just want to have said I tried, to be at least a person that said I did at least try to do the thing I said I want to do. Even if no one ever sees the most of the stuff I've made, talked about, said, thought of, I'm just happy that I tried. And I think that's where I'm going to end it. But thank you for listening. If you if you take anything away from this video, I'm happy you did. If not, that's okay too. Just keep living your life the way you want to live it. That's all I'm going to say. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe for more of this rambling stuff that I'm doing, or whatever this is. And I hope to see you around. Bye bye.